Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig Sports. Today is Tuesday, December 28th, and this is the NBA DFS video for today. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a quick little recap of yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about the injuries in play for tonight's slate, and then going over my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for tonight's slate as well. But without further ado, we'll get into it with a recap of yesterday's picks. So we're going to start off on the DraftKings side, and these were the updated cores overall since there was a lot of moving parts yesterday. Point guard position, we had James Harden, $11,200. Looking for 56 points out of him, he got to 77.5, so he was a hit. Then we had John Concher at the shooting guard position, $3,100, looking for 16 points out of him. He got to 25.25, so he was a hit as well. Then we had Jaden McDaniels at small forward, $5,100, looking for 26 points out of him. He got to 28.25, so he was a good hit as well. Then at power forward, we had Larry Nance, $5,200, looking for 26 points out of him. He was essentially the only big guy they had left on that Portland Trailblazers team. Game ended up in a little bit of a blowout. He ended up with 22.75 points, so he was a miss overall. And then last but not least, I had Nathan Knight earlier in the day, and if you played him, you did very well because Nathan Knight was awesome. Switched to JaVale McGee since DeAndre Ayton was out. Unfortunately, that was not a good thing by any means because he is $4,500, looking for about 22, 23 points out of him. He got to 15, played 22 minutes, but he did end up fouling out in this game, just not playing very well overall. But pretty much every lineup that I did play JaVale McGee, I also played Nathan Knight just because of the value that was there as well. So overall, a little bit of hit or miss day on the DraftKings side. Then on the FanDuel side, we had Eric Bledsoe. $5,500, looking for 27, 28 points out of him. He got to 25.4. He was a miss, but it just missed at that, and that game did end up in a blowout. He probably ended up losing out on about 4 or 5 minutes towards the end of that game. Then at shooting guard, we had Malik Beasley for $6,000, looking for 30 points out of him. He got to 25.6. He was a miss, only 6 for 18 shooting from the field, so if he just makes a couple more shots, he would definitely pay it off at that price tag. And then a small forward, we had Jaylen Brown, $8,000, looking for 40 points out of him. No Jason Tatum yesterday. Expected a little bit of a big day from Jaylen Brown. Not quite that, but still a hit regardless at 41 points. Then we had Jaden McDaniels once again, $5,400, looking for 27 points out of him. That's exactly what he got on the FanDuel side yesterday, so he was ahead as well. And then JaVale McGee once again, $4,500, looking for 22, 23 points out of him. He got to 14.3, so he was a miss once again on that FanDuel side. Kind of already talked about the reasons why on the DraftKings side. But overall, a little bit of a hit or miss day. You're going to have that every once in a while. It's been a really good streak for a while, so can't really complain. There's a couple misses on yesterday's slate. But the best thing about NBA DFS is you get to come right back to it the very next day and nail down some very good picks once again. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to the injuries in play for tonight's slate. So it's going to be a 7 p.m. start time. I believe there's 8 games overall, which is a pretty big Tuesday slate. Typically, we don't see a big Tuesday slate like that. But, coming off of Christmas and everything else like that, they're trying to get as many games in as they can at this point in time. So the Milwaukee Bucks are only without Brook Lopez, so they're pretty much all the way healthy as they're going to be for a very, very long time. Then they're playing the Orlando Magic, who are without Cole Anthony, Mo Bamba, Michael Carter-Williams, Markelle Fultz, Jonathan Isaac, B.J. Johnson, Etuan Moore, Michael Mulder, Chuma Okeke, Terrence Ross, and Jalen Suggs. So they do get Mo Wagner back. Could be in that starting lineup, joining his little brother, but we'll see if that's the case or not tonight. Obviously, Gravette's been starting at point guard. They did get R.J. Hampton back last time. Maybe he makes a start tonight. Could be some value on this Orlando Magic team overall tonight. Then we move over to the Washington Wizards, who are without Thomas Bryant, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Anthony Gill, Aaron Holiday, and Raul Neto. So obviously, Gill, Holiday, and Neto have all been added to the COVID protocol list at this point in time. Bradley Beal is listed as questionable, so he could make his way back from that list. And then Rui Hachimura, still working on his condition, still listed as questionable for tonight's slate as well. Then the Miami Heat are without Bam Adebayo, Dwayne Dedmon, Kyle Lowry, Markieff Morris, and Victor Oladipo. So no changes there really from the last time out. They did get Jimmy Butler back that last time. And then PJ Tucker is listed as questionable for today's game. We'll see whether or not he's back tonight or not. Then for the Philadelphia 76ers, the exact same thing we were looking at last time out. Andre Drummond, Danny Green, Shake Milton, and Ben Simmons all out once again. So no major changes there. For the Toronto Raptors, they are without Precious Achiuwa, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Champagny, Goran Dragic, Malachi Flynn, David Johnson, Fred VanVleet. And then they do have Kem Birch, Pascal Siakam, and Gary Trent all listed as questionable. Isak Bonga is listed as a game time decision too. We'll see if any of those 4 players end up playing tonight or not. Otherwise, this could be a pretty good value spot once again for this Raptors team. Then we move down to the Cavaliers, who were without Jarrett Allen, Ed Davis, Evan Mobley, Chetty Osman, Lamar Stevens, and Dylan Windler. Isaac Okoro, questionable to play. He's still working on his conditioning, but does have a chance to play tonight. Then on the opposite side of the game for the Pelicans, we had Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Didi Lozada, Najee Marshall, and Zion Williamson all out once again. Brandon Ingram's doubtful to play, so I would just plan on him not playing tonight either way. Josh Hart is questionable with an ankle injury, and then Jonas Valanciunas is expected to play tonight. Then for the Lakers, we got Trevor Ariza, Kent Bazemore, Anthony Davis, Kendrick Nunn, Austin Reeves, and Rajon Rondo all out tonight. LeBron James is probable, no real surprises there, but Lakers team pretty much looking like what they've been looking at for a while now. We'll see if they shake up that starting lineup at all because they have not been playing the best as a team overall. Then on the opposite side of that game for the Houston Rockets, DJ Augustine, KJ Martin, Garrison Matthews, Jay Sean Tate, and John Wall are all out. And then Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr. listed as game time decisions. Expected to be available. We'll see whether or not they play or not tonight. They were both available yesterday but did not play. So that's definitely something to monitor throughout the day. Eric Gordon has not really played many times on the back-to-back so far this season, so I would not be surprised if he does get rolled out, even though they are kind of short on bodies at this point in time. Then for the New York Knicks, we have Daniel House, Nerlens Noel, and Derrick Rose all out. Kevin Knox and Miles McBride are both questionable to play today. Jericho Sims, I believe, just got put in COVID protocol, so we'll see what happens to him. They do get some guys back, like Isaiah Quickly today as well, so definitely going to be a shake-up to the rotation. We'll see how much that affects the guys that have been playing big minutes as of late. Then for the Timberwolves, they're without Anthony Edwards, Taurean Prince, Naz Reid, D'Angelo Russell, Karl Anthony Towns, Jared Vanderbilt, and Wright as well. Patrick Beverley could make his way back today, so that could change up the lineup just a little bit. But just keep in mind, some of these guys that were out yesterday. They're playing on the back-to-back, so maybe we get some new news there as well. Then for the Denver Nuggets, they are without Marcus Howard and Jamal Murray. Aaron Gordon is questionable once again today. Bol maybe makes his way back today, but probably not in the rotation either way. And then Monty Morris is listed as a game-time decision, but expected to play. For the Golden State Warriors, they do get Andrew Wiggins back today. Why they don't have him listed in that expected starting lineup is beyond me, but that's a story for a different day. But they are without Draymond Green, Damian Lee, Moses Moody, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, and James Wiseman at this point in time. Andre Iguodala could be back today as well. Then we move down to the Thunder, who are without Baisley, Mann, Povashevsky, and Robinson Earl. They're all out listed on the COVID list at this point in time, so shakes up the lineup just a little bit. And then on the Kings side of the ball, we got Quetta and Mitchell still out, and then Alex Len looking like he has a chance to play today. So no major changes there, but overall, that's a quick little rundown on the 8-game slate in terms of injuries and play for tonight. Definitely going to be some players that we're watching throughout the day, seeing whether or not they're going to play today. I'll have all the injury updates, COVID news, and starting lineups down in the comments below, so definitely be sure you're checking up throughout the day, and especially as we get closer to lock. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So at the point guard position, I'm going with RJ Hampton, $3,200, looking for 16 points out, and essentially what he's averaging on the season. Like I mentioned briefly before, maybe he gets his way back into that starting lineup. Otherwise, played big minutes off the bench the last time out, which was his first time returning to the lineup. I do have him projected for about 23 points tonight, which makes him one of the better value plays overall on tonight's slate. Then shooting guard, I'm going to Malik Monk. This was a guy that I kind of quietly played on the side in GPPs last time out, especially on that Christmas Day game. He's $4,100. Obviously, coming off the COVID list, played decent minutes, so I'm not really concerned in that regard. A lot of these Lakers players just not playing very well at this point in time. So if he's playing well, if his shot's going down, he's going to see bigger minutes once again. And at $4,100, looking for 21 points out. I'm projected for 23 points tonight. Then at small forward, we got my boy Shea Mikailu. He's $4,900, so we're looking for about 25 points out of him. It really depends on the Raptors news today, whether they get Gary Trent or Pascal Siakam back. It could definitely change up the starting lineup overall. But if those guys are not back, seeing 30 minutes once again, definitely in play for Shea Mikailu, and got him projected for 26 points tonight. Then at power forward, we're going right back to Jaden McDaniels. His price tag actually dropped to $4,800, so we're looking for about 24 points out of him. He's going to be out there playing big minutes once again. I got him projected for 28 points tonight, so definitely looking like a good value play overall. Then we're going right back to Nathan Knight at center position tonight. $3,200. This price tag actually went down $100, which is crazy, but okay. We saw him have a very, very good night last night. I'm going to give him a modest projection at 28 points tonight, which is about 12 points higher than what you need out of him at that 5 times value. But at $3,200, definitely going to be one of the chalkiest options on tonight's slate, and definitely going to be one of the better value plays overall. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the DraftKings side, you have $29,800 remaining, just over $9,900 per player. So you can definitely pay up for 2 studs on tonight's slate. and then find another value play to pair along with those two studs as well. But definitely a lot of options out there tonight. If you want to take that more balanced approach, you can do it as well, because there are a lot of guys that are around that $10,000 range as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there as well. So we're going to start off at the point guard position with Darius Garland, $7,700. If you look between the two sites, it's ridiculous because Darius Garland is $7,700 on FanDuel and $9,900 on DraftKings. So on DraftKings, you need him to get at least 50 points. On FanDuel, you really just need him to get 39 points, which is what we're looking for out of him at $7,700. Got him projected for 40 points tonight. Definitely has some upside for more as well. Then at shooting guard, we got Will Barton, $5,400. His price tag's just kind of been dropping. It's kind of weird, honestly, but you're looking for 27 points out of him. Averaging almost 30 on the season. Got him projected for 29 points tonight. Obviously, if Aaron Gordon does not play, that helps him out just a little bit more. So Will Barton looking like a pretty good value overall on tonight's slate. Then moving down to small forward, we got Kyle Kuzma, $5,900. Looking for 29, 30 points out of him. If Bradley Beal's not back tonight, going to be a better game for Kyle Kuzma once again. Got him projected for about 30, 31 points tonight. Then at power forward, we're going to Nathan Knight once again, $3,800. Looking for 19 points out of him. Got him projected for about 27, 28 points on tonight's slate. Going to be one of the better value plays. Probably going to be one of the more chalky options once again tonight. Then last but not least, at that center position, we got Jonas Valanciunas, $7,700. Looking for 38, 39 points at him. That's essentially what he's averaging on the season. There's no Brandon Ingram in this game, so Jonas Valanciunas is going to be a bigger part of that offense. Got him projected for about 41, 42 points in tonight's slate. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the FanDuel side, you have $29,500 remaining, just under $7,400 per player. So you can definitely pay up for a stud if that's something you want to do. You can try a more balanced approach. That's definitely something that's worked pretty well overall on the FanDuel side throughout the season. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today, December 28th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on tonight's slate, whether it's on FanDuel or DraftKings. Heck, if you want to throw a Super Draft out there, we can talk some Super Draft. It was a very crazy night for Super Draft last night with a lot of 2x multiplier guys doing very well. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at CoachCraigSports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football teams. And then with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. And like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.